Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Danny J Quick here with another episode of Super Shorts, where we tell superhero short stories. Yo, I'm extremely excited right now. This is a special episode of Super Shorts. We got our first guest writer. Me and Morgan usually do all the writing here on the show, but a couple weeks ago I put out a call. I wanted to try to see if we can get some other writers involved, you know, who might want to flex their writing skills and give Aceblade a shot. And then, we got a pretty good response. We actually got a bunch of people who wanted to do it, but only had the budget for a few. So we reached out to a couple of writers and we got our first one back, and we can't wait for you to hear it. This young man, a lot of you may be fans of his. You may have seen his work on YouTube and on Facebook. He is the real deal. He is the one and only Lee Williams, the Black Ninja himself. You've seen him doing martial arts. He is a master in his own rights. But I've read his novel that he wrote a while back. We've been trading ideas on screenplays, and we've talked about doing some projects together. And you may actually see him in an Aceblade costume pretty soon. So I think it's only right for the first guest appearance to be Lee Williams, the Black Ninja. This one that he wrote is called Dry Heat. And I hope y'all enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. It's amazing how he all captures the essence of Aceblade and Blackjack too. So yeah, I'm gonna get on out your way. Y'all go ahead and check it out. Again, this is Dry Heat, an extremely short story by Lee Williams for the Fourth Wall Universe.
Aceblade and Blackjack stood a mere 20 feet from one another. In her hands, she holds a box and wire. A bomb that she's anxiously awaiting to detonate. You cut that wire and you kill thousands of people. But I also make millions of dollars. So, it balances out. I thought you cared more. I did. And you know, people consistently showed me how disappointing they really are. Waste of time, a waste of breath, waste of life. So why not get paid to end it? Blackjack held a bomb that would detonate a large vicinity of Old Vegas for new construction. Emotionally, she was ready to do it. But with Aceblade's presence, completing the detonation and escaping without great injury would be tricky. Is it really about money? Do you need money that bad? Is there nothing else you could do? You resorted to taking human life for money. Don't play good cop with me. I'm not in the mood. And taking human life? That cesspool of a place is full of drunkards, junkies, and every kind of up-and-coming villain you could craft. And we have the ability to rid the air of these kinds of people, and you want to protect it. At the end of the day, check yourself. You may be the sick one. These people can change, and there are innocent lives there. Children, even. Frustration consumes Blackjack. See, this is why I don't like you. You always want to change things, rather than accepting them for what they are. Like me. You hope and chase, looking for something that just isn't there. And what's sad is in your fragmented little world, I'm your only hope in saving your heart. Sad. Sorry to disappoint. Raising the wire, she quickly sliced it as if it were nothing. And to her, it was nearly orgasmic. Miss Jackson, no! A great explosion erupted from outside. The earth trembled as Blackjack wrapped her arms around her body and cackled. Building windows exploded, and the sound of shrieking and screaming civilians were heard in between the reverberating blast. What have you done? He said with a sneer. Blackjack stopped laughing and stared at him with the most motionless disposition. In a world of duality, you don't do well with coping, do you? Chaos brings change. Because only in chaos do people truly strive to know peace. That's not true. And nothing you've said is either. So where do we really stand? With no further conversation, the dual blades on Aceblade's back were unsheathed. Reversing the blade's grip on his left and keeping the right forward, he propelled himself towards her. Blackjack's depth perception kicked in as Aceblade's initial swings missed. You talked about my anger and rage. Yet another being that doesn't practice what they preach. They both danced along the cement beams in a taunting game of cat and mouse. Aceblade had had enough and leaned into his forward thrust. Blackjack evaded with great caution. Internally, she thought, a kill stroke? Blackjack gave herself distance and went into offense immediately. Throwing 2 small pods at Aceblade, he swiped at them, cutting them in half. No sooner than his blades were at his side, a small explosion went off in his face. He dropped his swords and fell back, while keeping his balance. Blackjack came in with a devastating punch to his stomach, followed by an interior hook to his left knee. Aceblade dropped to the ground. As soon as she raised her foot above his head for an axe kick, sending his forearms above his head, he blocked the oncoming kick. Tell me, do you care more about those people than me? Don't be ridiculous. Blackjack lifted the kick and brought it down harder. Shock waves of pain went through his arms as the cracking of his bones from the impact was felt. That's not a yes or no. You were going to try to end me. You needed to be stopped. Blackjack's anger intensified. Lifting the kick yet again, she turned it into a heavy roundhouse, knocking Aceblade to his side. Before hitting the ground, he braced himself and blocked a front kick from Blackjack. You'd kill me over these people? These worthless creatures? You'd take me down over them? Blackjack reached behind her and retrieved her claws. In a swift flow, she sliced Aceblade's shin. He clenched his teeth and hissed from agony as he slowly sank to the floor while reaching for his fresh wound. I don't think I'm the one that needs to be stopped. You do. Ignorant idealisms based on what? Hope. I hope you know how to treat cobra venom. I know you're used to poisons of sorts, but this one's different. Aceblade's body began to shake as he began to cough. You wanted to end it, so be it. Aceblade turned and looked at the raging fire in the distance. So many dead, and he didn't stop her. He was down, and she was going to get away. Blackjack moved her hands in a frame-like shape while looking through them. They ought to pay me double for this. This is art. Don't you think, Aceblade? His heart pounded in his chest. He could feel the burning effects of the poison. He was not about to let her win, not like this. Jumping to his feet, he sent an elbow into her side. Caught off guard, she took the strike to her ribs, which sent her spinning. Aceblade was in her face as soon as she regained balance, and delivered a left haymaker, which sent her over her right shoulder, followed by a low spin kick to her right shin, which flipped her over to her back. Aceblade breathed through the pain. You killed innocent people. Get over it. Yet again, Blackjack released a pod. Upon it exploding, it released a cloud of smoke. Vanishing into the cloud, she made a swift escape. She ran to the edge of the parking garage. Though it was hot, she had an ice pod that would allow her to vanish from the sight. Upon retrieving it, she prepped to jump. Springing onto the ledge, she did jump. Time slowed as her finger gripped the pod. In that very moment, she felt a sharp clash against her finger, knocking the pod out of her grasp. Distracted, only for a moment. And in the next, her arms were grabbed and brought behind her back in midair. You're not going anywhere. You idiot, let me go. We're going to hit the ground. From the 5th story, they plunged into the ground. You must be stopped.
Oh, and he hit y'all with the cliffhanger. Oh yeah. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. Again, that's Lee Williams, the Black Ninja, with Dry Heat. And yeah, that was dope. I really like that. And you know how we have everything here at the Fourth Wall Universe. Everything is connected. So any of these episodes that you hear are real canon. They are part of the Fourth Wall Universe. So yeah, it's on wax now. It's official. So like I said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed it. This was a great experience for me to reach out with another creator and work on a project with Aceblade. I'm hoping to do many more. If you have a favorite writer who you think would do a good job with Aceblade or any of our other characters, tell them to reach out to us on Twitter at the Aceblade or at Fourth Wall Pros, and we'll see what we can do. But make sure you follow Lee Williams. I'll put all of his tags and stuff in the descriptions so y'all can go follow him and see the masterful stuff that he's doing. And yeah, this has been Super Shorts Podcast with me, Danny J. Quick, and Lee Williams. And until next time, stay vigilant, my friends. I'm out.